MUGISHA nazigala dda nga mukunkoomera enyenyeza n'obulya n'enjiya n'abagitunda ndekabba kutte ku ttama bannannyini bbuca nga mbatiribiza n'entege nga nti nafuuka.
Yes, good morning to you, dear students over there. I welcome you to this session. Major, we are going to look at key topical areas, and these are circumcision and sex education. Last week, but one, we looked at famine, and in general paper there are certain topics that are very crucial that one cannot just overlap them and then you handle other areas on your own. So today we are going to look at circumcision, then sex education, then if time allows us we shall as well look at swamp reclamation and some other key areas under that topic. To cut the long story short, I would like you to get a pen and a piece of paper alongside with you so that you should be able to note some key points whereby you'll be able to send the information where you fail to understand, or else that when we meet you should be able to present your questions and then we learn together. Like what I've been telling you, that general paper is comprised of 2 sections and they are all compulsory. That is to say, section A and section B. Section A is all about essay writing, comprised of only 4 questions from different areas. A question could be coming from CRA or divinity, handling issues of geography, handling issues of economics, but it's all about borrowing a leaf and then you use the knowledge from your discipline to be able to answer the question at hand. So for today, you look at the topic circumcision and you look at sex education. For those of you who are doing Divinity 4, it is all about sex, marriage, and family. I think those are the key areas you handle under that paper. So which means that for those of you who are doing CRE, those of you who are doing Divinity, you are able to understand these topics very well because you get a leaf from here and you also borrow the knowledge from your very paper and you should be able to answer the question concerning about these key areas. So in the pre-colonial societies, circumcision was seen as cultural, religious ceremonies which involved the cutting off of the foreskin of the male organs, and while clitoris discretion may involve in cutting the portion of the female organs. This was more common among the Kikuyu, Sabin, Gara, Maasai communities of East Africa. It involved testing one's physical or psychological fitness. So in those societies whereby if that occasion is going to happen and people try to escape from their communities, didn't mean that they are not going to be counted as mature people within their societies. The question is, what is circumcision? According to your own understanding, what is circumcision? Minus basing on my own knowledge. How about you? What is circumcision? How would you understand circumcision? We've seen that it used to be counted as part of cultural issues and religious ceremonies, and under religious I think we count Muslims, then the culture, then that is where we count Kikuyu, Sabin, Gara, then Maasai communities of East Africa. Are there some importances of circumcision? Yes, they are. It was a proof of child's ability, strength, and courage to become an adult if the child swallowed the pain of the knife, then it was a sign of bravery, or rather brevity, and he or she would be accepted as an adult. In Nigeria, there is this proverb that if a child washes his or her hands, he or she dines with the kings. What does it imply? That if you are patient and you do what the society needs you to do, then it means that you're able to eat with the elders. As part of the culture, for whoever was circumcised, he or she would be accepted as a full member of the society and as a pure adult. And as we continue, we find that some of these rituals were done to prepare the youth for marriage issues, because in certain cultures, as we shall see, for you to marry a girl within that society, you must be circumcised. If not, you are not allowed to marry within that community. Part 2. This circumcision, young people got connected to their ancestors, as it was believed that the blood of the circumcised would leak on the ground to connect to the ancestors. Apart from circumcision, or for those of you who have ever watched the elders, for a real elder, before taking anything in as far as soft drinks are concerned, I don't know whether we have the hard drinks. I normally hear soft drinks, and I don't know whether we have hard drinks. So for whoever was to take anything, before he or she sips, must pour something, just a drop, on the ground. What does it imply? Respect to the elders, rather ancestors. And the same applies to circumcision. That circumcision, young people got connected to their ancestors, as it was believed that blood of the circumcised would leak on the ground to connect to the ancestors. Imagine. It enhanced marriage ceremonies, like what I told you earlier. It was